Yo guys, how's it going? We're here for another episode of our career mode with Paris FC, which we try and take Paris FC to be the best team of the city and the country, which is basically the name of the series as well. So yeah, starting this episode off, going straight into a match, trying to get them games in and try and score as many goals as we can, as at the minute we're second, but I think we should be doing better really, even though I'm not saying that we should be out far in the lead of the league, but I think the games we have played we probably should have done maybe a bit better in, but it is still there for the taking at the moment against Chamois FC. Try and get the win out of this game because at the moment, like I say, not playing particularly brilliantly, but we ain't playing badly either. There's certain games where it seems like we play a hell of a lot better and we come out all guns blazing, score loads of goals, and then there's the next game which is like one of the deadest games you'll ever see in your life. Hopefully we can try and push through that now, maybe score a few more goals. I think one thing we definitely have to look for in the January transfer window is probably another striker. Not for the fact that Maya isn't good enough, more for the fact that we haven't got many. We've only got Maya, I can't remember who it is on the bench, and Cisse. So we probably need another striker, but that was in fact the first goal of the game, as I was talking to you about that. First attack, 17 minutes into the game, and St. Louis goes forward and puts the ball into the back of the net. Ferrat with a beautiful cross, and Dylan St. Louis puts the ball nicely into the back of the net. Both players I really am liking using at the moment, and it's going well there as Maya gets set through, but he gives it off to Ferrat, who really should have done better there. One thing that I've got to improve with Ferrat is his finishing, because his finishing really should probably be a lot better for the rating he is. I think he should have higher finishing, maybe try and improve on that in the training that we get every week, maybe put him in instead of St. Louis and try and get him up. But we do come forward again on the attack, Maya again being the main aspect of this attack, but Aluma puts the ball into the back of the net with an unbelievable finish there. Absolute rocket shot from the right hand side to get it into the near post, with a great pass there from Maya to give it to him in the first place, and then a little 1-2 and a smashing finish. There was no way the keeper was saving that with how much power there was in it. There was no way he was taking anything out of that shot, and it's ended up in the back of the net for 2-0. A brilliant start to this game, just what we need. With that's his third goal of the season as well, so nice for him to get another goal. As we come forward again, trying to make that space, Maya again loses the ball, but here gains it back straight away. We give it down the wing to Ferrat, who loses the ball nearly, but he turns his man beautifully there, runs inside, cuts inside, gets into a great amount of space and a shot across goal, and again misses the shot and is off target. Like I said, we really need to get him better at his finishing, because honestly his finishing isn't the best. It should really be a lot better, for the fact that if his shooting was better, it would be a hell of a lot better for us. Not for the fact that his finishing's better, but the fact that he can take on defenders and get past them with ease as well. And Maya does a bit of his own work there and smashes the ball from outside the area into bottom left corner with an absolute unbelievable finish there. Not been a player scoring many goals this season, when you think we're 6 games in now, I believe, and that's his first goal of the season. Absolute terrible, really. For a striker with his quality, he should be doing a hell of a lot better. But hopefully that'll like encourage him to score a few more in the league and push on from that now as we come out for the second half, trying to make that space again. Maya being the main operative in the attack in this match is a great turn there, and that was one of my favourite goals of the season so far, because the turn he did to take on the defence and then run past the defence and put it into the bottom corner, it was all his own work really. As you see, the turn there, absolutely perfect, split the defence open and he puts it into the bottom corner. It wasn't the most spectacular of finishes as such, it was the fact of the lead up play with his turn and everything, and that goal was probably one of my favourites of the season, like I say, and that's his second goal of the season and second goal of the game to make it 4-0. As we come on the attack again here, trying to find that space, trying to make anything count and everything count at this point. Losing the ball though, in the middle of the pitch, trying to fight for the ball back here, but they do get it out of their own half here, but knock it back inside. We're trying to find some space down the wing here, trying to get into space as I don't know what that pass was, honestly. It was a terrible pass, but we do have the ball again and we do come forward again, trying to find that space down the right hand side with Ferrat going down the wing again, crossing the ball in, and St. Louis tries to get on the end of that one as well, but unluckily for us he couldn't quite get there and it goes out for a corner. But from that corner, a smashing shot there, absolute rocket of a volley, but it does get deflected by the defender and goes out for another corner. Yes, a consecutive corner here, gets whipped into the middle of the box again, and here a great header, but it gets turned in by Delaney, our left back. Absolute brilliant play. I think the defender that headed it first definitely it wasn't even a defender, what should I say? It was Lopez that headed the ball first, and honestly I think he deserved the goal there. As you see, he pulls away from his man, gets in great space, and it gets saved and gets turned onto Delaney's head, who knocks it into the back of the net to make it 5 here for today. And it was a great piece of play, the fact that we kept going, but I preferred it if Lopez had scored because he only just come on at that point. But it's a goal's a goal in the end of the day, at the end of the day, and it does end 5-0. Great play from us, and that is just what I wanted out of the team with today's game. As you see, Maya there, 3 shots, 2 goals, absolute brilliant from him in today's game. It seemed like everything went through him in some way when we was going forward in most of that game until he got took off in the second half because I didn't want to get him injured. Played absolutely brilliantly in that game, and hopefully he can push on from that and hopefully score a few more goals this season, as the 2 goals he scored is the only ones he's scored this season. But here we come into the next game with a game against Torres, who are in 15th, and we're still at the top of this. We've gone up a position after that last game into first. We're the best scoring team in the division, which is brilliant for us, to be honest. Even though, like I was saying, that the defenders, the strikers ain't exactly performing how I want them to, but the rest of the team definitely are. Whether it's the midfielders or the wingers, I think the wingers are scoring quite a few goals. Ferrat hasn't scored many, but St. Louis has been pretty consistent with his goal scoring this season. So hopefully we can push on from that as we come on our first attack of the game, and it gets deflected wide there from I don't know what the defence was doing there, to be honest. They definitely should have done a hell of a lot better to try and stop our player getting through, but unluckily it still goes wide of the post as they come forward on the attack. Pretty much like this game, if you'd seen my Burton career mode, there was a game like this recently as well, where honestly it was one of the most dead fast halves you'll ever see in your life. nothing really happened. As you see here, this is the start of the second half where they come forward, trying to hopefully get the second half to a bit more of a lively start, because that first half was absolutely terrible. As they come forward, they get into the box, we knock it away, but I don't know what their defence was trying to do there, trying to get the ball clear, and it comes straight back to them. They come forward on the ball again. We should have got an interception there. They get a lucky deflection off the defender and it goes into the back of the net after a second time of asking. Honestly, that attack was so lucky. We should have got the ball clear in the first place, yes. The second opportunity, we should have intercepted it with Delaney. Here, you see one of them, he doesn't quite get there in time. Then the first shot gets deflected by the defender, and then it comes straight back to him and he puts it into the back of the net. I don't think you can get much more unlucky than that, really, when it comes to defending, as that makes it 1-0. And here we are on course to losing our first game of the season, which we really don't want to do. I know it's going to come at some point, but hopefully it won't come in this match, as they come forward again here, trying to ensure that we won't get back into this game, and they nearly do so there, because the terrible defensive clearance again nearly ends up in the back of the net. As you see here, trying to clear the ball, it was absolutely terrible, and somehow their defender still got their attacker still got in front of our defender and got a header off, which is absolutely dreadful. But we do come forward on the ball again. It's St. Louis again, and he puts it into the back of the net again. It was honestly, I'm loving using him this season. He's absolutely tearing shit up down the left hand side. He's ripping the defence to shreds, and no one can seem to deal with him, whether it's in the air, whether it's running at the defence and providing crosses, or even scoring goals of his own. He's killing the game at the moment and absolutely smashing in as many goals as he can see. He doesn't get himself into as many chances as I say Farrat would, but the chances he does get, he finishes off with no problem. As you see, he's got 3 goals now this season. Still not that many really, but it's goals nonetheless, and that's how we need to push on. As Farrat here comes forward, and again, like I was saying, needs to improve on finishing, because he was one-on-one with the keeper there, and it should have been 1-0. It should have been 2-1 there. Absolutely terrible from Farrat. I really was annoyed when I missed this shot, for the fact that he was through on goal, and fair enough, he did take a really bad touch. It came off his knee, but it had steadied. The ball had steadied before he got the shot off, and it was terrible. As they come forward for the last attack of the game and put the ball in the back of the net in the 90th minute to make it 2-1, and basically ensure that they've got the win, and we've got our first loss of the season, which, like I said, I knew it was going to come at some point. I just didn't want it to be against this side at this point in time, but they do put it into the back of the net to make it 2-1. Avono, I don't think he could have done much better, to be honest, because it was a very nice finish, but the defence maybe could have done a bit better. But to be honest, I better blame it more on Farrat than I do on the defence or the goalkeeper, because he definitely should have finished off that shot just before that to make it 2-1 in our favour, but he did miss, and that does mean we do lose this game 2-1. It was the end of the game at 2-1, and like I say, it's our first loss of the season. Not what we would have hoped for out of this game, but it does happen, and that's the end of the episode, guys. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you haven't already, then please subscribe. Tell your friends about these videos as well, and peace.